Hey guys, so as someone who used to be pretty shy as a kid, I'm pretty well aware of what it feels like to not have very much confidence in yourself. When I was growing up, I was really quiet, and even more than quiet, I tended to get kind of nervous when I was put in a new social situation. So when I was around friends or family members or people that I was just around a lot, I had no trouble. But when I was put around new people in new places, I tended to get very nervous and I got really shy and I just didn't really have that much confidence. At some point when I was in my early teens, I think, I just decided I was really tired of being so nervous all the time and being so high stress in situations that I wasn't used to, and I decided I really wanted to change that. I wanted to be more outgoing and I wanted to have more confidence. Obviously, this was not like a snap decision thing, it just happened overnight. It was something I worked on for several years, but I really tried just to kind of burst out of that bubble and put myself in situations where I could break out of that. And it worked. Now I still sometimes get kind of shy because, that's me, but I have a lot more confidence in myself and I have gained so many things from that, so many friends, so many opportunities, and I don't regret it at all. Obviously, there are all types of people on this planet. Not everybody is outgoing and not everybody needs to be outgoing. But in order just to make friends, to get jobs, to give yourself opportunities that you want to give yourself, you have to have at least a little bit of self-confidence. So today I'm going to give you guys 4 of my tips on building up that confidence. The first tip is prepare yourself so you know exactly what you're going into. This is something that's obviously pretty easy to apply to stuff like a presentation at school or at work. Prepare yourself, know what you're going to be presenting about, know your subject really well, and then everything will go better, right? That's what everyone says. It's a little harder to apply to other types of social situations because it's kind of impossible to prepare for everything. That being said, this is still possible to apply to pretty much everything. If you're going on a date, then put it at a location that you're comfortable with, someplace you've been before. Wear stuff that you've worn before, so shoes that you can walk in really well, and a shirt that you know how it hangs, you know how it feels, do your hair the same way as you usually do. Little things like that can make you a lot more comfortable. If you have an interview, practice multiple times for that interview. Do multiple interviews, even if ones don't go well, still go and sit for them so that the next one is a little better. If you're going traveling someplace, read as much as you can about that place so you know kind of what you're getting into. Book your tickets ahead of time, make sure you plan out your transportation, how to get places, all of that stuff. Just prepare. The second tip is don't assume that everyone around you knows better about what they're doing. It's really easy, especially when you're nervous, to think that everybody else has more confidence than you, everybody else has more knowledge than you, there's some little secret going around that you're the only one who doesn't get to know. That's simply not true. Yes, it's very possible that you'll make a mistake that someone else won't make, but that doesn't mean that you don't have a grasp on what you're doing, and that definitely doesn't mean that the other person has way more intelligence than you. When you're traveling, it also seems like everyone around you knows what they're doing and knows where they're going. And maybe if you're not used to big cities in New York, that might be the case for some people. But I guarantee there's someone else around you who is just as clueless about where they are as you are. And if you can calm down a little bit, you probably realize that you have a pretty good grasp on what you're doing too. And as a side tip, asking questions is not always inappropriate either. There are many circumstances when you can benefit by just saying, I'm a little confused here. Can I just get a little bit of assistance? Not a big deal. The third tip is to force yourself out of your regular comfort zone. This is the one that I think might help the most, actually. The ones of us who are constantly pushing ourselves, constantly putting ourselves in situations that are new, that do make us feel a little bit uncomfortable, those are the people who are going to continue to get better and better at welcoming those new situations. The people who can go to a new place or meet a new person and they've met 100 other people like that, or they've been traveling 100 other times before that, they're going to be a lot more comfortable even if they have no more clue what they're doing than you do. This I can testify to so well, because before I moved to England, I was extremely nervous to travel by myself. I hardly ever did that. The only times that I'd been away from maybe within an hour of where I lived was with somebody else. I didn't do stuff like that by myself. But then I went and moved to England, a little drastic I think maybe, but I was in a completely new place and I had to make all of my friends and I had to do things by myself as far as traveling, booking tickets, finding out where places were, and just getting to places, point to point, using a map, using smarts. I was absolutely terrified at first. I was even terrified to get on the plane by myself and to do that seemingly simple step of just doing the traveling. But now that I've done it so many times, if a flight gets canceled, if I miss something, maybe there's a little bit of worry, especially if I need to be on time for something, but there's really not a whole lot of stress like, what do I do now? I have no idea what I'm doing. I just know, well, now I have to go figure out something new, and now I have to catch the next train, or now I have to contact someone and see when the next plane goes out or something. It doesn't mean I never get nervous, it doesn't mean I never lack confidence in myself, but I'm just so much more chill now than I was before. And I'm only that chill because I've done it a billion times before. The fourth tip I have is just to find stuff that inspires you. So whether that is watching movies with characters that really make you feel good, or watching YouTube videos about people giving you advice, that also is kind of part of the prepping process where you know kind of how to prepare yourself for something. Maybe it's listening to music that's really inspiring, maybe it's talking to people and actually physically, face to face meeting somebody who's done it before, or just meeting new people. Whatever helps you, whatever inspires you, and it doesn't even have to be directly related to the thing that you need your confidence for. For example, I know some people who really like to do yoga. There are literally billions of different things that you could do, and all you have to do is just keep trying and keep trying to find whatever works for you. Because like I said earlier, everybody is different, everybody has different ways of acting, everybody has different personalities, and that means that you need to find your own way of doing things, not just copy everybody else. It's a never-ending journey. There's no beginning, there's no end. So let me know in the comments if you have any more tips from your own personal journey about building up self-confidence. Let me know if any of these helped you or if you're gonna try any of them. We're all really unique people and we all have something different to offer to the world. So I hope that you're able to kind of find your place and find your own little bit of self-esteem and do what makes you happy. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.